When did you realize strict parents create the best liars? When my mom installed a GPS tracker on my phone and made me text her every 30 minutes when I went out. I was 16 and felt like a prisoner. She'd check my location obsessively and call if I was even 5 minutes late responding. Her excuse was that teenage girls are magnets for danger, and she needed to know exactly where I was at all times. I had a part-time job at Spencer's in the mall food court, selling overpriced accessories to middle schoolers. It was mind-numbing work, but the pay was decent for a teenager. That's where I met Ben. He worked at GameStop 3 stores down, and we'd see each other during shift changes. He had this adorable habit of bringing me leftover pretzels from Auntie Anne's whenever he worked the closing shift. We started talking during my 15-minute breaks, and I was falling hard. He was funny, nerdy in the best way, and actually listened when I complained about difficult customers or my mom's helicopter parenting. The problem? My mom thought boys were a distraction from education and would absolutely lose her mind if she knew I was even talking to one. She'd already banned me from school dances and refused to let me hang out with friends who had boyfriends, so I got strategic and started researching local volunteer opportunities. I found the perfect Paws Animal Shelter, literally a 2-minute walk from the mall. I spent an entire evening creating a presentation for my mom about how volunteer work would strengthen my college applications and demonstrate leadership skills. I showed her their website, printed out volunteer application forms, and even found statistics about how admissions officers valued community service. She was so proud of my community service initiative that she stopped checking my location when I was supposedly volunteering. She'd actually bragged to her friends about her daughter's dedication to helping homeless animals. For 2 months, I perfected my system. I'd clock out of Spencer's at 6 p.m., walk to Perfect Paws, legitimately volunteer for exactly 1 hour cleaning kennels or walking dogs, then spend 7 to 9 p.m. hanging out with Ben. I'd document everything meticulously. I took photos with different dogs each week, learned their names and backstories, and created detailed stories about their rehabilitation progress to share with my mom at dinner. She'd listen with tears in her eyes as I described helping a traumatized rescue dog learn to trust humans again, or finding the perfect family for a senior cat. My favorite lie was about a 3-legged pit bull named Rocco, who was supposedly afraid of men. I told my mom I was working specifically with him to build his confidence, which explained why my volunteering took so long. Everything was perfect until Ben decided to surprise me at the shelter one Saturday. He'd been talking about wanting a dog for months, and he thought it would be romantic to visit me at my volunteer job and maybe find his perfect companion. I was in the middle of cleaning kennels when I saw him walk through the front door. I literally dove behind a stack of dog food bags and army crawled to the supply closet, but he'd already spotted me and was walking over with this confused expression on his face. Why are you hiding from me?" he asked, opening the supply closet door. That's when Jenna, the volunteer coordinator, approached us with a friendly smile. "Are you here to see our Sophie?" she asked Ben. "She's such a dedicated volunteer, though it's funny. She only comes for about an hour, but talks about this place constantly. You'd think she lived here." Ben's face went through about 5 different emotions in 10 seconds. Confusion, realization, amusement, and something that might have been admiration. "Wait," he said slowly, looking between me and Jenna. "You've been lying about your volunteer schedule for months just to hang out with me?" I wanted to disappear into the dog food bags permanently, but then he started laughing. Not mean laughter, but this genuine, delighted sound. "That's either really sweet or completely psychotic," he said, grinning. "I can't decide which, but I'm definitely impressed by the commitment to the lie. We're married now." And he still brings it up every time we pass an animal shelter. He calls it the most elaborate dating scheme in history, and jokes that if I ever want to surprise him, he'll check all the local volunteer organizations first. The funny thing is, I actually did love working with the dogs during that 1 hour. We ended up adopting Rocco, the 3-legged pit bull, from my stories, and he's been our family dog for 8 years.